Y'all hear me now? Y'all should be able to hear me. Somebody let me know y'all hear me. I don't know why that keeps kicking off there. All right, there we go. Okay, cool. Everything else looks pretty good here, I think. All right. So let me start this thing back off. Welcome back aboard Hardboard Sim. Day. How's it going? Glenn, I will be in the air. We got 181 nautical miles to Rio tonight. Travis, how you doing, my man? Plane, how goes it? 4-2, you about ready? Let's see who else we got in the building. All right, cool. Hey, Cass, how you doing, my man? Sounds like a plan, Glenn. Give me one. Chili cheese with some onions, please. That's how I like mine. I can't complain, Trav. Been busy, man. Busy. Life has been lifing, and the sim has been simming. But like I said, we got some upgrades and some things to discuss on this evening's flight. And hopefully going forward, things should start smoothing out from this point on. Take cheddar pepper, please. Yes, Cass. Sounds good. I'm good, Travis. Good, man. Like I said, just been lifing and working on the sim, tweaking as always. Like I said, there's never a dull moment in a DIY sim. There's always something to fix, something to add, something to delete. This problem, fix that, change this. But I think we're at a point now where we should be pretty steady. So for now, I do have one more thing that just came in. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do a reprint. I ended up getting a new it's not really a tablet, it's actually just a touchscreen for the avionics panel. So if all y'all know, I've been having issues with it for a while now with spacedesk, and you know, the frame drops and the stutters and the latency and all that. So I decided to go ahead and just bite the bullet and get just a HDMI touchscreen that's going to plug right into the back of the GPU, therefore alleviating the whole space desk and all that nonsense. So it came in today, but like I said, it doesn't fit my bezel that I created for the Fire tablet, which I thought it would. I mean, from width to height is perfect, but the depth is a lot thicker. So I'll be in the process probably over the weekend sometime recreating either I might just end up doing a faceplate versus a whole casing like I did for the tablet. No, man, it's just a plain Jane, you know, off-brand HDMI touchscreen that I found on Amazon. Okay, I see you loaded next to me. So, and like I said, it's powered by, you know, a 5-volt USB, and then, you know, you got the HDMI to throw the signal. So let's see, I don't have that up and running. Let me see here. Yeah, it's 2020. I will be working on 2024 here very soon. With all the changes that I've done, the sim is now set up for 2024. So I shouldn't be having any more issues, hopefully. Why are you over here on this side? No. The fuck? fun part of push. Oh, okay, hold on. Y'all excuse me. Y'all know it's always a rough start. Okay, that's fine. Are we connected now? Yeah. Where is my... my push to talk is not working. My push to talk is not working in here. Y'all give me 1 second. You got a flight tomorrow? Oh, that's what's up. I'll be 150 by then, but oh man. Nah, like I said, I'll be working I'll be working on that here soon. I just want to get all the kinks out with 2020, and then I'm gonna start slowly moving over to 2024 so I can get that side up and running as well. My push to talk is no bueno. Let me fix that real quick. That could be the reason right there. And it's gonna go there. And push to talk. Okay. Alright, cool. You got me 4-2?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Let me check to see if they're picking y'all up. Discord. Let me get a copy on your sound there, 4-2.
Test.
Alright, yeah, they got you. Alright, cool. Let's get this thing rolling, shall we? Yippers.
My butt kicker's not working for some reason.
Oh, that ain't cool. Alright, let's get this
I probably
thing
forgot to
rolling.
plug something in when I put my computer back.
Well, that's a simple fix. Alright, pre-flight is complete. Seatbelts are fastened, no packs. All avionics is off. Circuit breakers are all in. Landing gear is down. Flaps are up. Cow flaps are open. Lights are as required. Fuel selector to the fullest tank. Let's get some power going, y'all. Pump. Let's get it cranked up.
Oh, now it's working. I don't know.
Get that on there. Yeah, let's see what's going on with mine. Some odd reason, I am not. Why am I not getting no vibes in mine either? Don't you do that to me. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I gotta figure out why my whatchamacalls aren't working here. 'Cause they were working. And they're not working. SayIntentions. Y'all, let me tell you something. This little butt kicker action stuff is crazy. I love it. Okay.
You can imagine mixing it with VR like I do. It feels so real.
I could imagine. Okay. So let's get oh well, I guess it'll be CTAF out of here. 1228. And then we'll pick up once we get airborne, I guess. We'll get centering on 124. Or we go departure. Let's put departure in. 11925. And we'll squawk VFR. Press not to flaps in. Let's trimmer out. Okay. So winds are pretty much dead. So we'll just do a 17 departure right out of here. Alright, taxi lights is coming on. Brakes are released. Brake check.
I think you're going the wrong way.
No, I'm trying to find my line here. I passed up my line. There we go. Alright, taxi lights are strobe and landing lights coming on. We are clear left and clear down the runway. Let's roll. Airspeed live. We are off. Here's coming up. Speed checks flaps coming up. And left turn out. Oh! What just happened there? That's weird. What the problem is? What just happened? Something is going on. I just lost my... I'm going down.
500.
My camera's just
Pull
went.
up.
What the heck just happened?
Pull.
What? My... Oh, something that got changed up.
Alright, I'm going back to land. If we can take it.
I'm having camera issues for some odd reason.
Pull up. Pull up.
What is this?
Pull up.
Y'all.
Pull up.
I'm up.
Sync rate. Pull up.
This is turning
Pull
real
up.
funny.
Pull up.
Okay.
Pull up.
Y'all gonna have to...
Pull.
Okay, let's.
Are you back?
I'm gonna have to restart this because that's crazy. Something changed in my system and I have camera problems all of a sudden, which I don't know where that came from. Y'all, what's going on with my stuff? See? Just when you think you have everything together. I lost my whole camera. Why is that like that? Oh, my apologies, my peoples. For some odd reason, something that got thrown off again. Yet again. Search by input. Okay. That's weird. Weird. So no, that's not what I wanted to do. What just happened? Why am I?
Did you change something when you're messing with the cockpit files and stuff?
No. That is weird. None of that should have changed. Why do I have... It's a drone setting. Why is my... That shouldn't be. Okay, hold on. Alpha yoke. Cameras. Where is these drones? I gotta get that cleared out. 'Cause that's stupid. I don't even know why. How that even end up in there. But the funny thing is, there's nothing even showing up in the drone. That's the crazy part. I don't know what this is. Clear that though. What's all this stuff here? Instruments, magnetos, yada yada yada. Control. Yeah, I'm not understanding. Okay, apply, save. Let's go over here real quick to the camera. Manual, camera selection. Yeah, I don't know why it's where it's picking it up at. And I go.
Did you click a button and it did it, or just did it all of a sudden?
You know what? I know what's going on. Yep, I know what's going on. Okay. So when I was trying to tinker around with custom settings, camera settings, and I was trying to use the drone to get a custom camera selection. Well, setting those up in the keyboard is causing this to do what it do. So translate drone right. So F, let's clear that one. So F is front, R, L. Okay, let me see. What's the other ones? Because I can't remember. Okay, left, forward, right, right, go right. There we go. Now, let me go back into my cockpit mode here. And let's do a 3 on that. Shift, nope. It goes back to L. L. What is L? What is that all about? No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I tell you, it was off to a good start. L. Camera. L. Toggle, there we go. Let's get this out of the way. Validate. Clear. Validate. Okay. That might have saved me right there. Hopefully, we'll see. Copy, go in. Okay. Let's go right. Let's go forward. And let's go left. Alright, cool. I think that's it there. Alright, let's get her cranked back up again. Brakes are set. Okay. Let's try this again, y'all, shall we? There we go. Brakes are released. Laps coming up. Taxi lights are coming off. We'll start swinging left. We got about 2 hours, so I think we'll climb on up to about let's say 7,000.
Are you gonna just do like a nav autopilot, or are you gonna fly a heading?
Oh, I'm gonna pick up the nav. Select 7,000. And we'll do a speed of about 1,000 feet a minute. Let's go nav. So y'all, one thing that's pretty cool here. Let me see if I can turn these lights down a little bit. I tried to add some more support here to my glare shield so you can see, but my annunciator panel is actually working. I don't know if y'all can get that there. Let me see if I can. I'll dim this down all the way off here. And I'll turn these down some so you can see. So you can see the two little lights up here right above the G5. That's the annunciator panel. And then right to the right, that's my yaw damper light, which is a redundant system because originally I created the yaw damper button as a push button, so I can toggle it on and off, right? But then when my autopilot panel took a dump on me and I created this one actually has yaw damper, so I have two ways to turn on yaw damper. So I'm cool with that, but it's cool to actually see the annunciator panel light up with autopilot lit up and nav lit up. So that's one of the upgrades. And I use nano LEDs. I posted some pictures in the Discord a while ago when I was messing with that. So it works fine. So I like that. That wasn't too hard to do. Next on the list, the autopilot panel. Let's talk about the autopilot panel. So I was running the prop wash sim, the KAP 140. I've had that thing pretty much since the start, well, a little bit after the start of the build. So I've had it for, a couple years now. And I've always had a problem with it when it comes to the connector. And that's a very, very known problem for that particular panel that they make. I don't know about the other ones. That's the only one I've ever owned. Well, what created the downtime was pretty much that. I mean, outside of building the gauges. Well, I can't even say that because I actually came back after the gauges were built. So when the autopilot went down, I'm like, I like flying with autopilot. That's me. And so my first thought was to, well, we can I could try to fix it. That didn't work out. I tried everything I could to get that to work. So I set off to find me something that was reasonable. I couldn't really find anything. I didn't want to use the Logitech. I've had that before. It was going to take away from the realism for me, for my setup. And is it this thing that I'm hearing? So I decided to make my own. And so I kind of mimicked the what is it called? What's the new autopilot panel? Y'all help me out. It's the new GA autopilot panel. Jesus, why can't I think of it? What is the panel called? I can't think of it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all see it. Help me out, 4-2. What's the name of the panel?
I do not pay attention to models of avionics.
This is driving me crazy. It's the Garmin.
Literally, I only know the G1000, basically.
Okay. So you got the Garmin. Well, whatever it
Did
is.
you model it or did you get it online?
No, I model it. I just changed the colors up.
Would you use?
So of course black, and then instead of using black switches, I went with what's the word I'm looking for? Transparent PLA, and then I just stenciled in the letters with a black paint marker, so that way I can get backlighting on it.
Did you use Tinkercad to make it?
For the most part, it was somebody else's design. I did have to go to Tinkercad to create the back plate because the guy who made this particular autopilot, he actually used a PCB board for all the buttons and everything, and I was trying to figure out how to order it and I couldn't. And like I said, I'm impatient when it comes to this stuff. So I took the Tinkercad and I created a 3D version of a PCB board. So when I slid all the tactile switches in their respective places, the buttons fell right on top of it. So it was kind of like a PCB board, but I kind of still had to wire everything up.
And it works?
Works like a champ. Now some of the buttons up here are kind of dummies in a sense because I'm not going to use none of them. Like I'm probably not going to use vertical nav, so I don't have that one wired, and I don't have track. I don't have that one wired either. But everything, and I don't have the FLC switch or button. I don't think I have that one wired as well, but everything else is wired. The 3 encoders for the heading, the altitude, and my vertical speed roller encoder, or wheel, shall I say. And all I did was I tapped the backlighting into the gauge backlighting. So that's a new upgrade there as well. Like I said, with the autopilot panel, I was going to try to save that other one. I will probably, at least if anything, I'll probably scrap the whole panel, but I'm going to keep the rotary, the dual rotary encoder off of it, because those things are, I think, like $12. I mean, you can get the cheapos from Amazon. But I kind of like the ones that Prop Wash Sim has, so I'm probably gonna at least salvage that, and the rest of that mess can go in the trash. So moving on, the next upgrade would be the attitude indicator. As y'all can see, it is not a steam gauge anymore. I snatched my attitude indicator out. I was having a lot of issues with it. I couldn't get the thing to work right. I don't know if it was a print issue or if I had a screw too tight. And the way that thing is created, it's kind of a situation like once it's built, it is built to not come apart. And I was not in the mood to break anything to get it to work right, to have to reprint again. So I set off to do some more research, and Oh, that's cool too. I just noticed that my altitude finally went into hold. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. But anyway, so I started off to do some research to figure out what I want to do next. And now, for those of you who are really, really heavy into the GA world, they make a round gauge the same size as your typical steam gauge, and it's called the GI275. Right? Awesome. It's like I said, it's a 3-inch round gauge, and it's packed with everything. It's like a G1000 G5 mixed into a little screen almost. Like, it's just a ton of information. But problem is, nobody makes it. Not for flight sim, at least. Not right now. There's rumors that SayIntentions has that on the list to make eventually, but there was nothing close. So I'm like, the only other way that I can make this happen is to use the G5. Well, in order to use the G5, I would have to move over to the desktop version of SayIntentions. I've been using the app version because I was using two iPads. I was using an iPad Pro and an iPad Mini, and so it's always worked. So to get that to work, like I said, I had to get that. So I went ahead and bit the bullet, and I purchased the desktop version of Air Manager, and immediately turned right back around and purchased the G5. It took me a little bit to learn the desktop version, because you know, with the app version, it's pretty much you drag it in, you lock it into place, and that's it. Well, this, you know, the Air Manager on the desktop is totally different. But once I got it figured out, it works pretty cool. I actually like it. There is no frame drops. There's no loss in performance, so I like that. I'm still using, so with the G5, so what I did was, like I said, the GI275 is a round display. The G5 is a square display. So all I've done was resize it to kind of fit in here to this little screen. And what I'm using, if you go into the Discord, I posted it earlier today when I was talking with Charlie. It's literally a 3-inch, well, it's like a 2.8-inch screen or something like that, but it's pretty much close enough to a 3-inch screen. Really, Glenn, gotta love it. Got to love it. Yeah, I really think it's a space test thing, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But so like I said, all I did was I took it and I squished it down into the little screen. So the corners are cut off, so I just got it sized down just enough to where I can at least see the altimeter, and I can somewhat see the altitude, that the altitude bug, I guess you could say. But if I can't see up there, it's fine, because I got the bug right here. So, and then of course, you know, it shows, so I still can get my HSI, because the VOR HSI that I built from Captain Bob, I've never been able to get this thing to work right. So that's just gonna be here for a dummy, which is fine. I'm cool with it, because I got all my information on the G5. That's still gonna help me do what I need to do. Airspeed is working fine. Vertical speed is working fine. I was having issues with my turn coordinator. The ball works fine, but for some odd reason, the plane turn coordinator, it'll go right, but it won't come back left, and I don't know what happened. But I think it had a lot to do with some of the updates that mobiflight has been having. I ended up actually rolling back my mobiflight like before the new version even came out, because I was just having too many issues. Like, I couldn't even get none of my gauges to work anymore, and so I had to roll it back. So now I think that might have threw something off. I went and checked all the settings. Nothing's changed, but for some odd reason the motor just doesn't want to turn back left for whatever reason. So the plane is upside down right now and kind of stuck in that mode for the time being. The altitude indicator, or the altimeter and altitude, it works. Problem is the 100 needle came loose from the stepper motor, so it's kind of broke, so it just kind of dangles, so it doesn't really show me. I really don't know where my altitude is in a sense, and so I'm gonna probably have to end up breaking this whole panel down and redoing it again eventually. I'm not about to do it now because, for starters, this foam board it can't bear the weight of these gauges. This thing is almost already on its last leg, and I just rebuilt this thing, so I'm gonna have to come up with another way to support these guys. But for now, it is what it is. So when I decide to make a new panel for the third time, I'm gonna break loose these gauges and figure out what's going on with them and get them back up and running. But for now, like I said, they're kind of there. Mainly for aesthetics at this point. Now that I got the G5. I should have been leaned this plane out.
The Cessna 177 Cardinal that I flew had that as the main dial.
The what? The G5?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So that's
that flight that I was supposed to do in the Cessna 150 got canceled twice because it's been too windy.
Yeah, weather's been crazy lately.
I'm supposed to be doing it next Friday, but I don't know.
Well, hopefully you can get up in the air.
I'm 3D printing a GoPro hat clip so I can clip a GoPro to the brim of a hat so I can record it.
Nice. If you have G5s, you can get rid of the heavy vacuum systems, which is the appeal for plane upgrades, along with the GI-275, which is where my friend went. Yeah, Glenn, the first time I heard about the 275 was, I forget the girl's name. I should know her name by heart because I'm always watching her videos. But it's a girl on YouTube, and she flies VTLs, and she did a avionics upgrade in her VTL, and she got a GI-275, and I thought that was pretty cool. So that's the first time I ever heard about it. Well, I don't know. I kind of like, I have access to the attitude, and of course the HSI for the G5. I don't know if I want to. It's like, do I go ahead and get rid of the the vacuum steam gauge beneath and throw another HSI down there, or do I just kind of leave it? I don't know. Let's get some light in here. So that's another upgrade. Obviously, the upgrade added to that was the Air Manager desktop version. I did I got butt kickers for both seats, but they're not the real butt kickers. They are the Daytona something. The BTS ones, I think. They're the big ones. They're like $50 a piece. And then I'm running it's like a $25 sound card that can run both of them at max, which I don't even think I have it halfway up. Yeah, I might have them about halfway up maybe. And I'm running Sim Haptic to push it. And I got it kind of dialed in the way I want to already. That's pretty cool. Like, that definitely changed the realism. So being able to sit in here now and actually feel the vibrations, feel the engine vibrations and the turbulence and the bumps and the gear and all that, it's pretty cool. So, and I ran the wires. I just have them sitting up underneath the seats, and I got them zip tied underneath there nice and tight, so they're not going anywhere. And then I just ran the wires on the outside down and got them tucked in, you know, between the floor and the side panels. And then I got them running all the way up here, and then I just kind of put the sound card right here where I have access to turn it up and down. And it's a very, very small card. I mean, the thing ain't but, you know, yay big round. So, hey Jose, how's it going? Be more realistic to real life. People wouldn't get one G5 since then they can't legally get rid of the vacuum system, at least for iPhone. Oh, okay. But then at the same time though, I mean, but then I would have to go squares, because it would look weird having two circular G5s. I might hold out. Well, hop on board if you got time, man. We are, let me see. Well, we're about 40 minutes out. We're headed to Rio.
Speaking of the sim haptic, so I don't know if it's just me, or do you constantly feel like little bumps of turbulence even if it's not that windy?
Nah, I only feel the bumps when the plane is actually showing turbulence. Like right now, it's a little bit of, I mean, we got a 15-knot tailwind, where at least in mine, and anytime I see the plane kind of jumping around, getting turbulence, I feel it in the seat. Well, Glenn, like I said, there's been talks throughout the sim innovation community for Air Manager about getting the GI 275 up and running. But I guess because it's so compact with information, I guess it's going to take a little while. But I promise you, when they actually make the announcement that the GI 275 is going to be coming on board, I'll be the first one to buy it. That was the whole reason why I went with the circle gauge. I knew they didn't have one, but I didn't want to go G5 completely with the square. I was kind of trying to preserve what I already had, and you know, kind of keep it as close to realistic as possible, I guess you could say. You know how things are around here. I'll make something work until it actually works. Yeah, Jose. I've always wanted to go there, man. I've never been to Rio. Never. I've always wanted to, though. I don't think I want to go now, though. Yeah, you right, Glenn. I mean, but to be honest with you, looking at it from this standpoint, I mean, it don't look too bad, you know. There is a little bit of extra color contrast to give it a more newer look. Right, and that's the thing. I appreciate it, Tramel. And that's why I didn't want to go full out G5. I didn't really, I've never liked the bulkiness, you know, of the G5 panel, like you said, where it sticks out. It just, you know, it doesn't flow, in my opinion. So that's why I decided to go this way. Like I said, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it's not like I should have just stuck with something else, you know. I can see everything that I need to see for the most part. So I'm gonna work with it for now. Cool thing is my altimeter bug, it does work, or at least the encoder. I made sure I wired that up. Now the gauge itself is just kind of chilling for the time being, but at least I can change my altimeter settings, as well as my heading. I think I disabled that one as well. So I think that's pretty much it as far as upgrade. Oh yeah, I did order all of the cables that I needed to get my other headset up and running. So now both my headsets are linked together. We can talk to each other, hear everything. Everything is fine. And if y'all haven't been on the Discord during this process of upgrades, I didn't create. I printed out something that somebody already made, and there are these like headphone jack little covers. Cause I was trying to figure, I'm like, well, how in the world am I going to route these wires? And I'm like, well, I kind of want something that looks kind of authentic, you know, in a sense of, you know, you can just plug your headset in. So like if somebody came over with their own headset, they could just kind of plug it in. And so I created two of them. I have the TRRS extension cables, and then those are connected to a splitter that then runs into my main card up here. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then I found these headset, well, they're kind of like a headset hanger. Found them at Dollar General for like $1. They're actually 4 gaming headsets, and somehow it works. So I just kind of tuck them in here for now. It gets all my stuff off the floor, so I'm cool with it. So that's that. I'm starting flight school next Friday. Actually going to be flying the 172. Oh, congratulations, Tramel. That's what's up, man. You ahead of the game. I'm trying to get there eventually. Well, from the SSE Flyer crew and myself, we wish you the best, and hope to see you in the skies, man. I appreciate it, Jose.
Thing, just so I got this right, there's one cord that plugs into the computer, but that splits into 2, and then you plug those into each one. But actual one port going into the computer.
That's correct. But you got to make sure that they're TRRS.
And it automatically, if you got the, yeah. So it automatically, you can hear each other without doing anything, if you have the right cord.
That's correct. So like with my headsets, so it has the regular cable coming off the headset. It goes into a TRRS extension on both of them, and then those extensions then go into a splitter, which then drives into the main computer, like you said. And so, like I said, I don't have to press a button. They don't have to press a button. We can hear each other talk, and they can hear what I hear. So when SayIntentions, or like if you're talking, they can hear you talking.
And you can hear yourself too, like right now as you're talking.
If I put the other headsets on, yeah. I can hear myself talking through my headset now. Yeah. You welcome, Jamel. You got nothing but support from over here, man. And you actually got a lot of real life pilots over here too. So you're talking to Jose and Glenn. They're real pilots. So they'll help you out wherever they can, I'm sure. So yeah, y'all, these are upgrades. And like I said, as far as the 750 650, I'm gonna have to create my own bezel. Now this is actually a shell for the Fire tablet. Like I can actually it actually slides in, and it's an enclosed setup. With this other screen, it's a lot thicker, and so that's where I'm losing the battle with being able to retain this already that I have. So I think what I might end up doing this time around is just making a faceplate. I might keep the same design. I'm gonna have to bring it in just a tad, since I'm gonna have to reprint, just to tighten it up a little bit. And then it'll just kind of be like a faceplate. And then what I'll probably end up doing is creating me some screw holes on the four corners, and then creating me some tabs or something of some sort to where when I'm about to think about it, because I really don't feel like doing another 30-hour print. So if I could do a face cover and then at least have something to where the new screen can stay in place, like maybe even if it's just a strap or two pieces of 3D print board or something on the back to keep it in place, and then I can just kind of screw it on, something to that effect. That I'm gonna have to work on it. It's gonna take me a little bit, but so far so good. I'm not having any issues right now. I don't want to speak too much on it, because things will start acting crazy. All right, Shamel, don't work too hard, my man. Alright, we're about 30 minutes out. I'm seeing the lights up ahead. So, the JPI, right? This is one thing I do like about the desktop version. So, matter of fact, 4-2, where you at? I haven't seen you the whole flight. Are you behind?
I'm about 5 minutes ahead of you. I'm going 180 over the ground.
Oh, you float. Well, I'm doing about 178.
I don't know why I'm going so fast.
Oh, I got you up there. Well, I want to say that one that you're flying is actually turboed. So you got a little bit more torque.
I think it is, yeah.
So the JPI that I'm using out of the desktop version, this one is cool because somebody modified it so that the screen is black. It turns black when the power is off, and then it turns on when the power is on. Now what I want to do is I want to go in. What is this about? what I'm talking about. Like what? Oh, I know why. The chair, the co-pilot chair was vibrating the mouse and ended up vibrating the mouse down into the screen and ended up hitting something. Anyway, what I want to do is I want to modify it so that instead of power turning it on, my avionics switch turns it on. Now, here's my problem. I cannot seem for the life of me to get into the Louis script for the G5. I know you can do it, but for some odd reason, I can't get a hold of Louis script because, and all I want to do is modify it so that it can do the same thing that JPI does. So that when I turn the avionics switch on, they both turn on. And when I turn the avionics switch off, they both go black. As far as the 750, 650, I mean, I had something working, but the only problem with that setup was there was no way for me to, well, now that I think about it, I probably could still do it. I would have to buy me a charging data splitter USB-C cable, because when I plug this in directly to the PC, even when I plug it into my power USB hub that supports fast charging, it still doesn't have the power to charge to keep this thing running, you know, for the duration of a flight. So I wish there was another way that I could turn this off and on with everything, but I guess that's just something I'm gonna have to deal with for a while. But if I can ever get a hold of Louis script on the G5, I'm definitely gonna make that change. What else? Outside of that, those are pretty much all the upgrades for now. Once I get this new bezel put in and this new screen put in, from that point, I will start working on the new yoke. Originally, I was gonna take the alpha yoke and then I was just gonna modify it. But then I'm like, I don't want to do that because I've already been down enough already, and I don't want to keep going down for a long extended period of time like I've been these last few rounds. So I'm just gonna rebuild it from scratch. So I'll be building that in the background while I'm still flying. Now, the route that I'm going, and I was talking with Charlie about this earlier, I'm going to try something that I don't think anybody has ever accomplished or hasn't accomplished yet, because I haven't found it, and I've searched all over. I've searched all over, and I haven't found anybody. So this is my plan. So my goal is to, instead of running servo motors, because them things will definitely, I might as well buy a 4090 card. I mean, they're not that expensive, don't get me wrong, I'm exaggerating, but they're pricey. And y'all know I'm all about trying to cut a corner to save $1 for the sake of keeping the cost down on this build, right? We've talked about that plenty of times. Y'all know where I stand when it comes to things like that. I'm always trying to find a way to save and to make this thing as real as possible with the least amount of money spent. So I'm gonna go with 2 NEMA 34 stepper motors. They are closed loop stepper motors, which means they have built-in encoders on them already, so they'll be able to read, you know, its position at all times. Get the drivers for them, get them hooked up you know, onto the new platform that I'll be running. And like I said, the goal is to make it a single throw over yoke, just like the real thing. So it's pretty much just a continuation of the first round I did when I did my prototype, my first one. So this will be the second one and maybe the final. I don't know. It'll probably just be in a second. I might have to mock it up again. But and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to utilize mobiflight to feed the information to the motors, or to the stepper motors, and I want to see if they will follow. Well, I know in autopilot mode they will surely follow autopilot mode, but as beefy as the NEMA 34s are and as strong as they are, I'm thinking I might be able to get away with using them as force feedback as well, because they're the holding meter on that thing is fairly strong, I must say. So I'm gonna attempt to make this one again and see if I can get some force feedback out of it. If I can't get force feedback out of it, I'm fine with that. I'll leave it as just a motorized autopilot setup. So at least I'll still, you know, you can still see the yoke move up and down, or, you know, back and forth and left and right. And you'll be able to see me throw the yoke over. So, you know, when anybody else want to fly, they can fly. Or if I just want some space and sit down and actually, you know, if I'm actually take one of them long flights, you know, where I'm actually going to stretch it out to the down to like my reserve fuel, you know, I can set up and have my snacks without the yoke being in my way. So that's going to be the next project going from here. I'm still drawing up the plans to make my door. So once I get that figured out, I'll get to hacking. I was gonna do it last weekend, but like I said, life be lifing. But pretty much, maybe this camera can kind of give you an idea. Let's get some light on here. Yep. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to leave the frame, well, the outer frame alone. I'm not going to mess with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come pretty much probably right here where the edge of the window. I'm gonna come right down here on this ledge, and I'm gonna chop that all the way down to the floor, come all the way across, and then come back up just forward of the glare shield, and just come straight down. And then I'm gonna have to build me a support bracket, a lot better support bracket for the TV, so I know for sure that TV is not going anywhere. And then I'm probably going to reinforce the outer frame on that side at least, and then get me some heavy duty hinges that can hold, you know, well over the weight capacity of what the door is going to be, so that way I don't have to worry about, you know, the door sagging and then it's starting to strip, and then we're going to go through those problems. So once I bolt that thing down, it's a wrap. And then I'm going to probably create me a door handle. Well, I mean, I got my little fake door handle there, but I'm going to take that out and actually put a real door handle of some sort, so that when you actually, you know, when you lock it, it actually locks the door in place, and when you open it, you know, it allows the door to open. So that, in theory, that's where I'm at with it, but it's still going to take a little bit more thought, you know. because the biggest thing is protecting the TV. Protect the TV. Yeah, Glenn, that's the goal. And it works out perfect because the right side is the open space side anyway. On the left of me is I got about this much of a gap. Well, it's a little bit wider now because I got the sim slid out so I can get back there because I'm still working on wires and stuff like that. But when the sim is actually all the way over, there's about a 6-inch at the most gap between the side of the sim and the wall. So it actually works out perfect. Alright, turn that light off. Make my eyes hurt. I thought I had set my time that by the time I got down here, the sun will be coming up. Well, I guess I'll just leave it. No, I gotta change it. I gotta change it, y'all, cause I wanted to see. I gotta see Jesus. That was one of the reasons why.
12 and a half minutes out.
I'm 16. All right, we'll do that.
Where's the statue exactly, so I know?
If I remember correctly, from where we're landing, the statue is. Let me see if I can pull it up here on my thing. I want to say it's closer to the edge. Like, you almost can't miss them. You're kind of just standing there. Let me see if I can pull them up real quick. Rio got so many airports, it's crazy.
Are you gonna circle it, or are you just gonna fly by?
I'm probably just gonna do a flyby just to get it in the screen and then take it on in. And according to these winds, looks like runway 28 would probably be the best choice, just for future reference. Jose, you still around, man? Got a question. I know you can't miss the dude. But I'm trying to see if Navigraph would at least pick up the up. Let me see something. I'm gonna do some front camera adjustments here, y'all, so bear with me. I'm trying to see something real quick. Because the camera got my wings looking like Star Wars in front view, and that's bothering me. That didn't really do much either. Wonder what will happen with the Jeppesen charts, etc. Navigraph now that Boeing
It's because the
has
GoPro
sold
has a fisheye lens.
that side of the business off the venture cap. Yeah, that's a good question, Glenn. I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think about that. I have no idea, Glenn. I would hope nothing changes, but we will see. Oh, here we go. Recycling power. Don't do that. Don't even start that. Alright, I am going to... Oh no, we're alright. She just recycled power. I don't know why. Let's drop it down to... We'll take it down to 2,000. Well, you know what's crazy is it's a mobiflight thing, and I want to say it's this gauge thing. Like I know what mobiflight is doing, and I understand evolving is always a good thing, but I think after they did that complete changeover, all right, autopilot is coming off because that's becoming too much for my head now. Ever since the new version, it's been pretty rough. On mobiflight side, I've been having.
Just so you know, where I am is a 25 knot crosswind.
And what runway are you landing at?
No, I'm not the runway. I'm saying my position right now. It's really bumpy.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and deviate here a little bit.
It looks like it's gonna be a crosswind landing too, because it's almost a straight in approach.
Copy that. Well, if runway's got to change up, then make the change. You're further down there than me. I'm actually deviating course here because I got to go find Jesus real quick. I know he out here. Man, I bet you it is fun times out here in Rio. Oh, I forgot to mention too, I did do another upgrade. So I extended my yoke out, which y'all know that already, right? And of course, sometimes my DIYs aren't always perfect. 9 times out of 10, they're not perfect. And so I had a little bit of slop in it, and it was driving me crazy. And so I went over to SayIntentions channel to figure out what he used. And so I went down to into his description. Big shout outs to SayIntentions too. He's doing big things over there with his new yokes and all that good stuff. But there was this coupling that I wanted that he used, so I bought that. And man, let me tell you, that tightened this yoke right on up. It feels a lot better now.
I'm gonna come in behind you and follow where you're going.
Copy that. Alright, under 5, prop and mixture is full rich. We'll keep y'all damper on for the time being. I know he's out here.
So it's closer to the shoreline?
Yeah, I think I'm just swinging out here because he's sitting on top of one of these tops. I just don't know which one it is. So I figured I'd come out here. That'll give me a better view of all of them, and then I can kind of pick them out. There's that crazy crosswind you was talking about.
You have landmarks turned on, like that assistances notification?
Yeah, no, I don't have none of that on. That throws off the realism for me. I mean, you can't miss him, honestly. I mean, he's just standing on top of a mountain, you know. Let's see, where am I at? Okay. I wanna say he is. Where are you at? I wanna say he was close to one of these airports, honestly. The hunt for Jesus. Man, it's crazy how fast that wind changed. I had a 17 knot tailwind, now I got a 21 knot crosswind.
It's gonna be a crosswind landing no matter what runway we pick.
Crazy. Does anybody know where Jesus stands down here in Rio? I think he's over here by this I think he's over here by the Sierra Bravo Romeo Juliet. So I think he's on around this other bend because I don't see him over here. Go with the runway with the better headwind, always really, no matter the crosswind. If equal, pray to the statue. Yes. Yeah, I think he's down a little further. I don't see him over here.
I turn on my landmark, so if I see him, I'll tell you.
Okay. Have any of y'all been to Rio? Let me know. I want to know. Okay. I got my eyes out looking for him. city is in the valley. Okay. I see some. Oh no, that's him though. Ah, I think I see him. I think that's him right there.
He's on one of these big mountains near you.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut through here. I think that's him. I see some towers, and then right at the edge, there's. I think that's him. Yeah, that looks like somebody standing. Yep, I think that's him.
Alright, so where is he? Is it, like right near you?
He's
or-
right on my
like, yeah,
nose.
I'm a little behind you.
He's right on my nose. I'm tracking 065.
No, I think I see him.
No, did I already pass him? That's not him that I see. I see towers there. I thought this is not him.
He's right under you, I think.
He's under me.
I can see him. I think I see him right under you.
So I would look. So what is that? What I'm looking at?
My VR's kind of flickery, but I swear I see this little like thing sticking out of that mountain.
Okay. Glenn said he's. How did I miss him? See, I was looking at that right there. That looked like a person. That's just a tree. Or.
Yep, he's exactly where I think. He's off my nose where I am right now.
All right, I'm turning around. I was looking at the wrong thing.
You flew right above him. He's actually way smaller than I thought. It's really hard to spot from far away.
How did I?
I'm circling him right now.
You're circle. I'm looking for you. Okay. Slow her up. So I flew over him.
It's pretty small. It looks like about the size of Statue of Liberty, so you have to really look.
But I was in the right area though, right?
He was literally, you flew right above him. You're a little too high. I did 2 circles so far. See my plane?
I'm looking for you. See some other guys out here.
Keep going right.
Okay, I see you.
Just fly right in my direction. He's next to me right now. About 2,500 feet.
So ain't that him right there in front of me? I thought that was him right there.
Yep, on the top of that mountain that I'm next to.
Yeah, that's what I was going towards.
Yeah, you flew over at 2,700, so I think you just flew right above him. You turn left. He's on the highest peak and right in front of you. You see it?
Yeah, that's what I was going for. That's what I thought I was looking at.
That mountain that you're aiming at, he's at the way top of it.
Yeah. Okay, so I was looking at the right thing. Thought I was confused for a second.
You're gonna have to climb a little bit.
There he is. Thank you, Jesus. All right. Welcome to Rio, everyone. We're about to bring this in. Let me see. We got a 14-nutter. Winds are. I think 2.8 is still gonna be our best bet there, 4.2.
If we go.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I think 2.8 is still going. Well, let me see. Hold on. We're tracking this way. Well, actually, let's go.
Well, wouldn't that give us a tailwind?
Let's go 3.3. No, 2.8 would actually give us a crosswind. All right, yaw damper is coming off. Hey, Saz, how you doing? We're about 15 at a 340. Or
I'll come in behind you.
I say more of a 1.8. Alright, speed checks. Gear is coming down. Ooh, I love the feeling of the landing gear when you feel the doors open and then it's kind of like this very soft, like it just kind of, I don't know how to explain it. There's a slight pause and then you feel the gear actually like lock into place. And then you start feeling the drag. Alright.
Yeah, it's like a thud when the doors open, and then it's like a slow vibration when they come out.
Yeah. Oh, this mouse. Alright, gotta lose some speed here. 333 is what it's gonna be. That puts us perfect. We're on a 5-knot headwind. The winds are 1.5. Appreciate it, Sess. Alright. A little slow here. Slow it down a little bit. Second notch flaps is coming in.
500.
Low. Is there somebody on the runway? I can't tell. Oh no, ain't nobody. Park. On the brakes. Alright. I'm clear. Laps coming up. Landing lights and strobes are coming off. There's some good
final right now.
I see you. I got off on Echo. Where did I get off on? No, online. I got off on Bravo. No, I was right. I'm Echo. I'm tripping. Might be able to stop faster and get off on Foxtrot and meet me.
I'm probably gonna land long if you exited kind of down the runway.
No, I'm already I'm already coming back towards you. I'm looking right at you. I'm just right at the runway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you can stop and get off on Foxtrot, that'd be perfect. I think I'm just gonna park over
Are you
here.
in line with 1,000-foot markers?
Yeah. Just gonna make a parking spot here. Watch 4-2 land. Watch 4-2 come bring it on in. Bring it on in. Bring it on in. How you doing, legend?
I've got 4 red lights. I'm way too low.
Give it a little power. Y'all see 4-2? Here he comes. Nice wheelie.
Crosswind pushed me off a little bit after I touched down.
Oh, you're just gonna back taxi? Yeah, lucky doing. So let's go ahead and shut this baby down. Avionics is coming off. See, that's why I wanna change that so that at least those two will come off. So that's something I gotta work on. Electrical equipment. Turn all that off. Throttle or mixture out. Fuel selector is off. Let's turn these lights off here. Power off. There we have it, y'all. There's 4-2 coming in. Well, not so good of a great start with those camera setting issues that I had, but we was able to rectify that issue and get off the ground and make our way down here to Rio, and we got to fly by and say hi to Jesus. So I don't know what we're gonna do from this point as far as tomorrow. We'll try to fly tomorrow night. I don't know exactly where yet. That kind of comes to my head as the days go. But either way, the plan is to fly again tomorrow. Sounds good, Jose. Somewhere very scenic, you know. All right, Sess. Thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate you. It'll be somewhere scenic, of course, and you know, the usual hour, 2-hour flight, and just kind of hang out. So that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this flight, this video where we talked about all the upgrades. There's still more to come, but this is where we're at with it right now, and I'm loving it. She flew good tonight. I can't complain. Everything that I've upgraded works. Like I said, the annunciator lights, they all come on and they work as they should, with the nav, with the heading, with the altitude, with the autopilot. The yaw damper light comes on. The new autopilot panel works. The GFC 500, that's what it was. GFC 500. Now it comes to me. I couldn't think of the name of it. Now it just popped in my head. That's working as it should. Yeah, so I have no complaints. Felt good to get back in the air. Appreciate the fly along with 4.2. It's always fun having somebody fly along in the fire blue and yellow and green bonanza. So that's all I got for y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hit that heart button. Let me know that y'all love what y'all seeing over here at Cardboard Sim. And we will catch y'all on the next one. Speak now or forever hold your peace. This is Cardboard Sim, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Signing out.